So, welcome heute wieder mal zum Pinkcast. Und zwar, der ist sehr speziell, weil...
Wegen Anouk, Special Guest.
Ja,
Welcome.
wir haben den Nafir. Ja.
Hi.
Und das ist wunderbar, weil wir heute mal über seine Puppen sprechen. So we want to talk about your history of the dolls and the idea why you make it. And we are very interested because they are very rare. And highly collectible. Yeah. And my only one I have from him, I'm very pleased to have one, is this very nice Anouk.
From Series 1.
From Series 1.
Oh,
So,
Seven years ago.
7 years ago. So I'm very pleased to have that. And we want to start in English. So wir werden in Englisch reden, liebe Leute. Ich weiß, ihr hört natürlich unseren Pinkcast auf Deutsch ganz gerne. Aber Naf ist halt Englisch sprechend, ne? Und wir werden es auf Englisch machen und gewisse Sachen werden wir einfach nur mal kurz auf Deutsch dann wiederholen. Ne?
Ganz genau, so machen wir.
So machen wir das. Ne? Also habt Freude dran, lasst euch was erzählen vom Designer selber, vom Entwickler der Anouk Doll und wir freuen uns sehr darauf. Ne?
Richtig.
Good. So, Naf, now we're starting and wanna know how you came to this doll.
So, I was a collector of vintage dolls. Apart from Barbie, I was more interested in more obscure dolls from other countries. And
Hallo.
these dolls are often very expensive and hard to find. So, in particular, I liked a doll called Caprice, who was produced in France in the 60s. But she commands very high prices and is very hard to find. And it was always a dream of mine to make my own fashion doll. So initially my idea was to make a copy of this Caprice doll, but to make her more affordable for collectors because they sell for like between 500 and 1,000 euros, sometimes more. But she's not very well known, but she's quite well known in France. So that was the seed of the idea, and it was more just to test the market. So I thought if I use an established doll as the inspiration, and market her like a clone of that doll, and present her as if she was a vintage doll. So all the marketing, she comes with a booklet, the style, the context is Paris in the 60s, and my influences were French actresses and girls like France Gall and Françoise Hardy, Sylvie Vartan, because I love that style. So that was the idea, and then to find a factory that could make the doll, and I knew that I wanted her to be as authentically vintage as possible. So while it would have been cheaper to go to Asia and China, I wasn't really comfortable on many levels because their production standards are not as good as Europe, and you have all kinds of problems of they can sometimes steal your mold and produce copies, and it's all 3D and very modern, and I remembered that Europe had a great doll-making tradition, in particular Spain. There was a whole region of Spain where they made dolls.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Formosa, you maybe heard of.
No.
But there was a whole district in Spain that was just factories, and to my amazement, a lot of them were still in business and making dolls. So I flew out there, and the factory I finally settled on. It's a small factory, but basically everything that they do is exactly the same as the 60s, same machinery,
Wow.
nothing 3D printed. So the doll was sculpted by hand. So when you see her, you'll see she's not perfectly symmetrical like vintage dolls weren't. So it really gave her a very authentically vintage feel. So I went with them, and that's how it started.
Wow. So, just a little translating. Hat sich eine Firma gesucht, die Vintage Dolls produziert in Europa, weil er prinzipiell schon immer Vintage Girls und Dolls und Schauspielerinnen aus den 60ern toll fand und hat sie dann diese Firma gefunden in Spanien. Und so ist es dazu gekommen, dass er sich überlegt hat, ich möchte gern eine Vintage Doll machen. Yeah? And why you named her Anouk?
So I wanted a short name that would be memorable, and one of my favorite actresses was called Anouk Amé. And I just liked the name, and it was something different, and it was very French, and I felt it was very evocative of the context I wanted Anouk to be in, so 60s France. So that's how I came up with that name.
Okay. And the others like Marlene or something?
Well, actually, I wanted to call her Capucine.
Capucine.
But there was a Silkstone doll with that name.
Ooh.
So I didn't want to get into trouble with Mattel.
Okay.
or
you
anything
never
like
want
that,
to do that.
we all know that they can be a little bit litigious. So,
And how do you have a patent of this doll?
I've she's a registered trademark.
Okay.
So.
And did you have asked before you did her Mattel, or did you do her so different that you'd never had trouble with them?
No, she's completely different to Barbie. There's no link. Her scale is different. Her sculpt is different. There's no affiliations or crossover. In fact, I can show you the doll that she's based on.
You have your specials with you. Yeah.
We may run out of room here.
Okay. So we're searching. Simon, hast du schon mal Anouk-Dolls gehabt in der Zwischenzeit?
Nein, noch nie gehabt.
Ja?
Nein.
Also Leute,
Not yet.
It's not yet.
für Simon ist es sehr neu und interesting, also sehr interessant.
Genau.
Und so sind wir natürlich jetzt hier alle gespannt, was kommt jetzt.
So this was Caprice, the doll that she's based on. So you can see it's a similarity, but not exactly the same.
Look! Wow! This is a French doll?
Yeah, she's from the 60s. I believe she was produced in Paris. There's very little information about
Wow! Look!
her because there's no documentation.
What her origin is not known, right?
Just that she was produced in France in the 60s.
And that's it?
And the company was called Caprice. I'm not even sure if the doll's name is Caprice, whether it was just the branding and she was just a fashion doll, because they produce baby dolls, pre-teens, all kinds of toys.
Toys.
So
Okay.
you can see like the similarity, but they're not exactly the same.
I know. The face is similar.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, you're right. She has not the same face.
Yeah. And I was being cautious just to see like if it was viable, whether people would buy her. Each doll comes with a booklet. So you can see your doll there.
Yeah, my doll.
And so like I tried to make it as vintage as possible. For me, like 50% of the enjoyment is the packaging and the booklets and things. So I knew I wanted to do like that sort of thing.
So nice. Look.
I really love
The drawings are so nice. Who made the drawing? You?
I made the drawings as well.
This is
wow.
very amazing.
Amazing.
And just like the advertising, I tried to emulate vintage. That's my daughter.
Oh, Oh, so cute.
who is now a
And
mum.
now she's not anymore a child,
She's
right?
just had her own child, so yeah. So yeah, there's been various booklets over the years.
Yeah. If you have something special with you, you can show.
Yeah, so I bought various dolls. So during the prototyping phase, this was the first doll. You see, she has quite a different face because I didn't quite like the face. To me, it was too childlike, and I wanted her to be not massively sexy, but a bit sexier, a bit more mature. So we changed the mold to this one. Finally, the one that you have. That was the production.
Yeah, that's more interesting.
Yeah.
It's more more girly.
Yeah, the original was too baby faced, I felt. So there's been various. This was a prototype of your doll, her outfit. First I was going to do it in red.
Wow, the prototype.
That's like a side part, right?
Yeah. I did do that hairstyle later.
Yeah, wow.
But
prototype, ha!
This is amazing. Just to see a prototype is always.
We have here a prototype at the ThinkPink.
This is really very special.
This is another prototype. First I was going to do like the headscarf, but then I decided not to do that. And then over the years, she's just evolved, different hairstyles.
Look.
Every series has a theme. I did Anouk in Japan.
Wow.
Which was sold exclusively in Japan for a doll club in Tokyo. So
how many do you made of? Only this for the doll club? Or?
That was the various designs. But I think there were 100 dolls. I actually can't remember. I have to look at my files. And
but
obviously,
look, here she is again.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a very good one.
And so for the Japan market, the dolls had a different face.
Oh yeah. It's more round eyes,
more
open eyes,
more Japanese style.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, there's something outside.
The purse.
Yeah.
So I had these kimonos made by a lady in Australia, Debbie Farn Sang, and she sourced vintage brocades. In Japan.
Oh wow!
For the kimonos, and that was a great success. That series.
Wow. That's not easy to find someone who makes dresses, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were various hairstyles and.
So it's with a side part, and you did an Afro one, or
there's an African doll. Yeah.
African, yeah.
Yeah, there's always been a black version of Anouk because black dolls are very popular.
Yeah,
People really like them. This was a good series. Series 4 is based on a film called Girl on a Motorcycle with Marianne Faithfull. And her clothes were designed by Lanvin. In Paris, so she had a really stylish wardrobe.
Look, you did it. We watched the film.
You watched it?
Yeah, we watched the film, and we saw. Oh wow, what a hot girl here! Wow,
So
very good and sportive.
All the outfits were based on her wardrobe from that film.
Wow.
And so. It's been 7 years now, 6-7 series, and then I decided to introduce a friend. Anouk needed her midge, so I collected a doll in Mexico, a Mexican doll, who was actually based on Talking Barbie. She's called Barbara, and she was made under license from Mattel, who weren't selling Barbie there at the time, I believe, so they allowed them to kind of base the face on a twist and turn, but it's a little bit different. And she's quite unusual looking. She has very close set eyes and
she's dangerous.
Yeah. A lot of
look.
people.
Ooh.
A lot of people are not keen on her, but
But it's very special.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in the tradition of Midge, I didn't want her to be
look.
conventionally pretty,
Yeah.
to not outshine Anouk. So I designed Francois, known as Fanfan, and that's Anouk's friend.
Oui.
So these are the first
It's a very
dolls.
special one here with the hairstyle.
Yeah,
the
so she
hair
had,
Look.
Very nice.
It's totally 60s. There's a
She had two hairstyles, so she
Oh,
could
yeah.
either have the long or
long version
yeah,
and
the short
the
version.
updo. Oh wow. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this one is really nice. And she looks so. Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit TNT, but
Cool.
and
Love
then
that.
the black version as well.
Oh, that's a Tina Turner in the early years. Look. Wow. That is great here.
And
Wow.
to my amazement, she sold out. It was the quickest selling series I've ever done. So she was really popular. I wasn't expecting her to be that popular.
Yeah.
So that was the booklet. I didn't actually do the artwork for this. My friend in Brazil, Dai Assis, who's very talented, he did the artwork
Wow.
for that, which is very nice.
Wow.
I'll just show one
Yeah.
more because he's really great. It was a great bonus to have him. So he did the fashion illustrations.
Oh, like in the early 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
He's better at it than I am.
You did a great job.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's I really love
Wow.
this picture.
But it's amazing to see how others do the drawings.
Yeah, he also did the artwork for Series 5. Really great artwork.
Oh, wow.
That's really nice.
I'll show the back as well.
Oh yes, the back is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, with the balloons here.
Yeah.
Wow. Love that.
He really has an understanding of like what Anouk is about and
Yeah.
how to present her and just really like fun 60s stuff.
Yeah, and it remembered me of Doris Day films and Audrey Hepburn.
Exactly.
So the easy way, yeah.
Yeah. And apart from like the main series that always have a theme, I've done a few gift sets. So I did one, like Barbie used to have Beautiful Blues and all those Sears exclusives. So I did one called Cocktail Party, and I did this set with the wigs.
This is famous, the famous dress. Oh,
yeah, the Yves Saint
wow.
Laurent dress.
Yeah.
Again, I did the artwork for that.
Wow, look. This is great. Yeah.
They were very limited edition. I think they were like...
They're gone. Never
They're
look
gone.
at it. It's gone. It's gone. Don't be nervous. It's away. Oh, wow.
Actually, the main release, there was just blondes and a brunette.
hair pieces. Yeah, look. That's a good idea. You can change her hairstyle. Look.
So this was the booklet.
Oh, you have 3 pieces inside?
Yeah.
And brushes also?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really a nice idea.
And you have
Ribbons, yeah.
ribbons. Clips. Look. Wow.
And then inside, like a little guide how to
Oh, yeah. How to clip it.
how to attach.
A guide how to go. That's really nice.
How to clip it.
Yeah, indeed.
Perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah. Love that.
So yeah, that's the Anouk story.
That's a Anouk story.
Yeah. And
And you do more? Do you do more in the future?
yeah, so that's why I bought these. The next series,
It goes on. And I order one, yes.
which I'm planning, is obviously my parents are from India. And so the next series is Anouk in Bollywood.
Oh.
So what people don't realize, like most people are thinking, oh, she's going to have a red dot and wearing saris, but actually Bollywood in the 60s, it was very westernized, and it was all about Mary Quant style mini skirts, go-go boots, hooped earrings. Like, this is Bollywood. This is a Bollywood actress, so you can see the style.
This is completely 60s.
Yeah.
It's more than 60s. It's neo 60s.
So
very cool. Very good.
it was very what's another image?
Yeah.
So like the hairstyles and the eyeliner.
Yeah.
It's very Anouk.
Yeah.
So I like to do that because
Perfect.
it's part of my heritage and it fits in with the context.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
I started promoting that on the Facebook group,
Yeah.
which is where I sell the doll to members only. So that's what's next.
That's what's next, and so you see, it's a very amazing job he did and do.
Thank you.
And I'm very pleased of your dolls. So Simon, do you have a question?
Oh.
You are not confirmed with this, but do you have a question? Any question?
Any question? This is a good question. Also, I can just say I really like what I see here. I mean, his own dolls. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
Japan dolls and everything.
Yeah. And look.
I'm so. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you're not finished. Oh, sorry.
Everything is well, and I really love your artwork too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, thank you.
this is
And
something.
the drawings
super
are
signature,
so nice
please.
because they remind the most. You see my wardrobe there. That is 60s style, and this is always pleasing. When you're collecting, that's always
show.
nice.
Of
Yeah.
course, yes.
So with the first series, I did do like separate outfits as well,
Oh wow!
but they didn't really sell as well as I wanted them to. People wanted the dress dolls. So
Yeah, the dolls.
I abandoned that idea, but I may start doing it again because as Anouk's popularity has grown, people have been asking for like separate outfits, and because she's a unique size, other clothes don't fit that well. Some do, but not all. So I may go back to doing outfits, but again, talking about inspiration, I was a vintage Barbie and Francie collector, so I brought some of those along.
Yeah, okay. Now we go over to Barbie after Anouk pleasure. So
actually, primarily, I'm a Francie collector, and again, she's been a big influence on Anouk's style.
Yeah.
It's a bit more girlish, a bit more,
more
you know,
stylish.
Yeah. So
This is
like no bangs.
We make a lot advertising for Mal, yeah.
We can take that off.
So look, this is a no bangs Francie completely. And I like the hairstyle also.
Yeah,
This is what I miss by the most dolls, the original 60s hairstyle.
Yeah. It's hard to do.
Yeah. And this no bangs is a very good one because they had more hair rooted than to do the upper stuff there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I do try to do like different hairstyles on Anouk, so you can see like the 60s influence.
Yeah. You see.
There's various hairstyles I've done over the years.
Yeah. And it's very interesting when I think you also look Bond films, James Bond.
Yeah.
And there the styling of the girls are so nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
When they run with the hair. Oh! Always fits. Oh, wow.
And we were talking earlier how I really love the Japanese market dolls. So like this Francie, that's another big influence.
Yeah.
The Japanese Francie.
Yeah, look. This is because she has another maybe you see it here. Oh, she is rounding up. So her eyes are different from the normal, from the regular Francie.
Yeah.
And this is called the Japanese Francie. Yeah.
And then more than the vintage, it's like the mod stuff that's an influence,
The
like
TNTs.
the TNTs.
Yeah. And this is a very, very platinum TNT. You see, and very nice one. Yeah. And it's like yours when you fit it together here. Yeah, you see the look. She has the side glance. Did Anouk have the side glance only, or do you have a straight looking Anouk?
So far, only side glancing,
Okay.
but we'll see about the future, maybe.
Maybe
one
okay.
day. Still have lots of ideas. So,
yeah. And you have also a number 3.
I bought a number 3, and
Yeah. Look, very, very pretty number 3.
just some highlights from my
Yeah,
Very
and it's brunette.
Yeah.
The brunette ones are rarer than the blonde ones.
But you know, in my experience, I found it harder to find blonde number 3s.
Because everyone possesses.
Oh, right. I have 2 brunettes, but only 1 blonde. And it's hard to find them original, because
Yeah.
I tried to have like original faces,
Yeah.
but they're always retouched or.
Yeah, people think they are so good in repainting, and everybody boo. And I said, leave her in that way
Just,
she
yeah.
is. When
Yeah,
she is
yeah.
played with, leave her as played with.
Yeah.
It is a doll. It is from ages before.
Yeah, I
Exactly,
will never
yeah.
repainting.
No,
so
do not
dolls like
repainting.
this, of course.
That
not
is
as-
the important thing. Leute, spielt oder malt nicht über Barbies drüber, wenn ihr wisst, ihr verkauft sie wieder. Wenn ihr sie behaltet, malt wie ihr wollt.
Yeah.
If you sell them, don't paint them. If you want to keep them, you can do what you want with them. But I don't want to buy a painted doll. I like the original ones.
Original.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd rather have an imperfect original.
Ja,
Ja.
lieber nicht ganz perfekt, dafür original und man hat einen Zeitzeuge.
Genau,
Yeah? That's my opinion also.
Yeah.
And you have bubble cut.
Yeah, a white ginger apparently. I don't really know how to tell the difference between just a wheat blonde and a white ginger, but I was told that's a
Yeah.
white ginger.
Yeah, they have different lips.
Right.
From the lips they turned white sometimes, and you have the pink ones. That's very rare.
Right.
Very nice. And nothing on her. Perfect. Very nice girl. Look.
Do you mean the pink lips? The
Yeah,
pink
yeah.
one, wow.
Sometimes you have different lip colors on bubble cats.
Yeah.
And then you can see on which period they are made of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's different ages they were made of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So, yeah,
nice.
That's
And
that's my doll journey.
that's your doll journey, and you are planning to do more Anouk dolls.
So I'm working on the next series now
Yeah.
for Fanfan and Anouk.
Yeah.
And hopefully launching it in the next couple of months.
Okay.
More gift sets as well. And I have been working on expanding the line also with a new character, but I won't say more.
Okay.
But maybe Anouk needs a boyfriend, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe without a friend it's very lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many generations are now?
Whoa.
So
Mamma mia.
six series.
6 now.
Yeah.
6
And
now.
then there's like smaller releases.
Oh, 6 now.
Okay, so
So it
yeah.
started in
You have
2015.
number first.
I have from
I'm a
the
number
first.
one.
So that you all see, that is mine. I need a pen. Where's the pen? Anywhere? Yeah. And I had to sign it live. Yeah. Please.
Okay. On the tube.
You can. Yeah, I think here.
Okay.
Yeah. So live signing, very special today.
Oops.
I'm so happy.
There you go.
Wow. Look, now you see, I'm very happy. Thank you so much now.
Please for mine too.
Nice try.
Good joke, good joke, good joke. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. It was good fun.
Yeah, and we are pleased, and we hope you all like this introduction of Anouk, if you know her or not. I think every vintage collector is happy to have such a cool doll in his collection, and so am I, and hope you will check out what comes next. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I really thank you for our feedback.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure. It is really nice to see all these new dolls from you. For me, it's a new world. The designer with a doll designer, this is very special. Also, big thanks to you to show it.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. And the audience, when you come here and share a little group together, we are not alone. No.
Hello.
So, these are my friends from Hamburg.
From Hamburg.
Yeah,
Hello.
Andreas. And here we have Mark.
Hello
So,
there.
hi. And we want to all say bye.
Bye.